make a difference, Kenny, for you, knowing you're the #1 guy? There's no more competition.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just, being the guy in spring and taking all the reps and things like that, just good stuff to build on and, on top of last year. So, yeah, I think it's definitely a different feeling coming in this year versus last.
Now that you're a year removed from that, last year when we were counting every rep and seeing who was working with what team, nice to get some distance from that. You can kind of work on your own thing without the external focusing on every throw in camp.
I think I'm always focused on every throw. I don't know, man. I kind of attack like competition like it's kind of the same now. I'm just trying to compete every single day against our defense, and everything else really takes care of itself. So I don't think my mindset in terms of competing and going out there and giving my best every single day really has changed.
Kevin Dotson earlier said that you go out to dinner with him, and he said that's something.
Who did?
Kevin Dotson.
Yep.
He said he thinks the linemen appreciate you showing that camaraderie. Can you just kind of share in what made you do it and what you take out?
I'm honestly just, I think we're all pretty good friends and we have a good time together. They're a great group to be around. So yeah, I just like kind of, spending time with them. I think we've had some great and some funny dinners, so I'm looking forward to continuing that.
Is it hard to keep up with them?
What's your expectation for this offense in general?
Just go out there and win. I mean, you can get expectations of, numbers and right. Stuff like that. I just want to go out there and win. So whatever that takes, whatever those numbers look like, that's all I'm focused on.
Kenny, you have more freedom this year, do you think, in terms of input in the game plan, changing plays at the line, any kind of influence maybe you didn't have last year?
Yeah, I think I already have. I think I was part of, a good process of adding some things this offseason and during spring taking some things away that, that we didn't like and going back and watching the tape. So I feel like I've been a part of those conversations. So I think definitely when the game plan starts coming around, I'll have an input as well.
How about in terms of identity? What do you imagine for this offense? You guys obviously had big guys who could run the ball, but how much do you imagine opening it up?
Yeah, we need balance. I think that's the key to success in this league. You can't be one-dimensional. So I'm excited to see what that looks like and push the ball down the field and hand it off to Najee, see what he can do. I know he's been working really hard, so I think we have a really good balanced team this year. That's what I want to see.
We talked about the importance, the responsibility that they take in trying to make you guys better. How does this defense strain and challenge you guys to make you better before the regular season starts?
Yeah, it goes both ways. They're a top defense, and we're striving to be a top offense. So I think going at them every single day and pushing them every single day like they do to us, I think it's only going to make us better as a team.
Kenny, what do you most look forward to when you guys get here? You're here on campus finally.
Probably just getting back out there and playing. It's been a little bit since spring, and the competitiveness and the atmosphere out there is a lot of fun to be around. So I'm just looking forward to that.
How much have you guys talked about getting better in the red zone, and what do you guys have to do to be better in the red zone this year?
I think consistency. I mean, being able to run the ball, using the play action game, getting our guys on one-on-one opportunities and take advantage of those. I think that's kind of a good place to start. So we're just looking for consistency down there.
Kenny, as an offensive leader, what do you do in these first couple of days to kind of lay that foundation for this season, this camp?
We're just getting back into the swing of things. I just want to see guys compete and go against the defense and see where we're at. I think we had a really good spring, and I want to see how we build off of that.
Kenny, do you feel like you guys are maybe an overlooked team in the division? When you have the Bengals and Ravens and Browns, there's all different kinds of storylines with those teams. Do you feel like you guys are overlooked? Do you like that?
There's great teams in this division and across the league, and we got a tough schedule like we do every year. Being in our division, so I'm looking forward to competing and building off of last season.
Kenny, does momentum exist from year to year, or is it blow it up and start from zero?
No, I think you definitely have familiarity with players and guys that I have reps with, so there's momentum in that sense of it. But nothing that we did last year has any effect on this season or give us any kind of leg up on anybody. But I think being able to play with guys for a year, being in the system for a year and having an understanding of how each guy plays, I think there's some kind of momentum there.
What about from a vibe standpoint? Because the last 2 months were pretty productive for you guys. I mean, is that good feeling sort of percolate?
Well, we saw we did well. We took a lot of those things from the bye week and we fixed them and got them right. So I think that's a good point to build off of. And like I said, going into the offseason and watching the tape and seeing what we could take away that wasn't so that didn't work out for us and what worked well for us and kind of mold that into this season.
Kenny, it's been a pretty busy couple weeks for you personally. Are you able to turn the football brain off completely a little bit? And what were some of the highlights of your travels there?
Yeah, man, the wedding obviously was great, and I had former teammates and guys I grew up with and teammates I have now there, and spent 5 days in Puerto Rico, and then the football brain was turned back on. So it was like a week of being able to enjoy it, but with it being so close to the season, I wanted to get back and obviously get ready to go.
Is there anything that you made sure to bring to training camp this year that maybe you didn't have last year?
A foot massager. My feet kill me in cleats every day, so I brought that. That was probably the big piece that I brought this season.
Kenny, what was more telling or satisfying to you personally, the one interception
State games or the 2-game winning drive?
Wins. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So that's all I'm focused on, and trying to win every day against our defense, and see where we're at the end of camp, and then get ready to go.
Should this offense be exciting just with so many? You got Austin, you got big Darnell Washington, you got Pickett. I mean, you got a variety of so many different weapons. I mean, how do you envision just created? Should it be an exciting thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it all starts with balance, like I've been saying, and getting those guys the ball in space. And like you say, I'm really excited for Cal. We got Tay and George, and the tight end room is really strong, top to bottom, and all those guys do different things really well. So we need to highlight their skill, their skill set, and get them the football, where they can succeed at.
What have you done to grow that relationship with them, and how do you think it's improved?
The tight ends?
Yeah, and wide receivers.
Yeah, just spending time with each other. That's the key. Throwing, knowing timing, and kind of how guys run routes and their body language in and out of breaks. It's all things that comes with time, and I think we've been putting that time in. So I'm excited to go out there and continue to build on it.
Kenny, do you feel like your arm has gotten stronger this off season? And if so, what have you done to kind of work on that in between everything else you do?
Yeah, I think I take steps every offseason physically, just kind of the work I put into it. But I think every season I feel like I put a little bit of, arm strength. I think I did that again this season. So it's just, training my core and different stuff that I do with my coaches that I think, help me out a little bit.
Kenny, a lot of your teammates in the offseason spoke glowingly of what they saw from you in OTAs, including veterans like Allen Robinson. Was it a goal of yours to gain confidence of some of the older guys, or how do you think that came about?
I think it's kind of a natural progression. Like I said, when I first got here, obviously it's better to be seen rather than heard. Being a young guy coming in, I want to earn the respect of my teammates, and once I feel like I have that respect, that I can go be a more vocal leader and kind of run the offense, which I feel like I did this spring. So I think it's a gradual progression. It's something that I don't take lightly. I take it very seriously. So I take a lot of pride in the fact that guys have that respect looking at me. So I'm excited to continue to build on that and get ready to go.
We expect to hear more of you out on the field. Then you're saying, yapping, talking.
I feel like I'm I do that naturally, but yeah, I'll be talking pretty much all day with the offense for sure.
When you were asked about just the one interception down the stretch, how much of the offense this year has to be more about occasionally making mistakes, challenging yourself, challenging the defense more, and bouncing back when the interceptions do happen?
Yeah, that's going to happen. It's part of the game, and I had a few early on, and I feel like I corrected those things. We take calculated shots when we need to, and we feel like they're there. So it's continuing to find that balance between both and knowing when to do it.
You got the wedding ring. How bad would you like to pair it with the Super Bowl ring?
You have no idea. So I'm excited to get going. It's that's always the goal, in the back of your mind. So absolutely.